Morning, everyone. Thanks for joining us today on Thursday, December 19th. I cannot believe that we're at this point in the year, but here we are. We are going to be talking about Moxi and some of the changes that they made to their servers. We have some time here, so no panic. This does not have to be done over the next 2 weeks before the end of the year. We actually have until the end of January. So January 31st is our deadline. But there have been some changes since the last time we talked about the topic. So I just want to kind of cover the highlights, let you guys know where they're at on the switch and how you can help the agents get this done in the new year. So the first thing I just kind of want to show you a document that I will get out to everyone. These are the new DNS settings that are going to be coming to us. So again, to remind everybody, this only affects those agents that are operating a vanity URL in Moxi. And I actually got lists from the brand of every agent this is going to affect. So we're going to go ahead and get those distributed to you. Unfortunately, there's no office names on them, but it is by region. So we'll get those lists out to you guys so that you know exactly who you need to help get this done before the end of January. So January 31st. Now, when we first talked, we were told that as of December 16th, all the pop-ups in Moxi would be there letting the agents know that they need to get this done. That got pushed back. Not sure what happened, but it got pushed back. So you'll see now as of January 8th, an agent that has a vanity URL, when they log into their Moxi, it's going to have a pop-up letting them know that they need to get this done. Now, fortunately, we're being told that if an agent doesn't operate a vanity URL, they're just using the normal Moxi parameter of first-last dot CB Great Lakes, CB Schmidt, Ohio, CB Sunstar, etc. They won't even get the pop-up. So if it doesn't affect them, they're not going to get the pop-up. If it affects an agent using a vanity URL, they'll get the pop-up. It'll reference the new Amazon Web Services DNS settings that you see on the screen. And then it will give them a link to get to the help desk if they need further assistance. Now, I want to say that probably 90% of our agents that have vanity URLs are utilizing GoDaddy. So I'm going to show you that here quickly, but we do have some others. But fortunately, those lists that we're going to get out actually shows who the host is. So whether it's GoDaddy or Squarespace or some of the other ones, it'll let us know who their provider is because the instructions are different for each. So new settings are on the screen. We have until January 31st to get this done. Only agents that are operating a vanity URL will actually have to do this. It won't even notify the agents that don't. When it comes to our company websites, like I mentioned, CB Great Lakes, CB Schmidt, Ohio, all of those, myself and our team will get those done before the end of January so that we won't lose any functionality. And yes, so thank you, Michelle. Century 21 has been way on the ball on this. Coldwell Banker has been a little behind the 8 ball. So C21 agents did receive emails about this changes. I don't believe the Coldwell Banker agents have yet. I know I haven't received any as my email address being on the brokerage site. So I'm not sure the Coldwell Banker agents have. So again, after the holidays, we'll get those, or we'll get the list out now. But then after the holidays on the Coldwell Banker side, you guys will be able to reach out directly. And then as of January 8th, they'll get the pop-up themselves. So in Moxi, which of course we know, go to desk, or Michelle needs to go to 21 online, but we get to Moxi from our brand sites. And then if you go to my website, this is how an agent can check to know what URL they are operating. So essentially, as of January 8th, when they get to this screen, it's going to have a pop-up and it's going to say, hey, we have new settings. You need to go to your provider and update your DNS settings to, and then the ones listed. So today, if they want to check on this, if they go over to the left where it says settings and they go to personal domain, they're going to have their list of domains here. Now, obviously, mine's just a test site. It's not a live site. So I have the normal naming parameter. It is verified. It is primary. Now, if I had gone to GoDaddy and purchased CarrieSellsTraverseCity.com, and that's my vanity URL, my personal domain, that would show in my list. And as of January 8th, I would get the pop-up. Now, if agents want to be proactive, maybe they have some quiet time over the holidays and they want to get this done now, there's nothing saying they have to wait. Moxi has made the switch. They're on the Amazon Web Service now, so agents can make this switch. Functionality will not go away until January 31st, but if they don't update their settings on February 1st, their websites will be down. So it's important to get this information out to our agents. Now let's pop over to the GoDaddy side of the house. Now, DNS settings are critical to the operation of not only websites, but email addresses. If the agents are also operating their own email through their vanity domain, DNS settings can break it. And so it's a little bit of a scary thing to start going in there and messing around with DNS settings. So what we want to do is mention it to our agents, let them know, and show them in the resources. You can help them, show them how to get to their GoDaddy. Of course, they have to have their username and password. And we just want to help them along the process, but they need to be well aware if they start messing with their DNS settings, it could break things. So we need to make sure that they feel good about the changes. They can absolutely always reach out to GoDaddy. GoDaddy has an amazing help desk. They're one of the best, I think, in the tech world that I've dealt with. So highly encourage them to reach out to the help desk if they have any issues, particularly if they are operating an email address with their vanity domain. So if it's operating their website and their email, definitely want to highly encourage them to give GoDaddy a call, let them know what the new settings are, and have them walk them through that, because we don't want to break anybody's stuff. As you can imagine, it's a scary world there with DNS settings. But in GoDaddy here, which is, like I mentioned, the majority of the provider for our agents, depending on how many domains you operate, this is our main Schmidt account. So you can imagine there's 166 of them. They would find the domain that they have operating their GoDaddy, operating their Moxi site, and they would click on it. And again, this is just the GoDaddy side of the house. Everyone's a little bit different. And when you click on DNS, you'll see that there's going to be current settings depending on how it was set up. Most of them will have the Moxi settings, right? Because they had the old ones, the dugout.moxiworks.com. And then we will have this provided to them. This information I'm hoping, just like the C21 side, I'm hoping they will get email addresses with it. And then of course it'll be in the pop-up that they'll see after January 8th. So they'll have to update their A record and they'll have to update their C name record. And it's that eboat.moxiworks.com, where before it was dugout.moxiworks. Now, if they try to add a new C name or A record and it conflicts with the current one that they have in there, it's going to let them know, oh, you can't add this, something's conflicting. So they'll have to delete the old one and then add the new one. But again, particularly for those agents that are operating an email along with their website, highly encourage them to reach out to GoDaddy or whomever their provider is to make sure they feel good about these DNS settings, because they're critical to the operation of not only their websites, but also their email. So again, we have from now until the end of January 31st is our deadline. Emails, notifications will be going out, but we wanted to share this with you guys because we know the agents will come to you first. As soon as there's a problem or they hear about this, DNS settings, that kind of language is scary to a lot of people. So this will allow you to help you talk to them about it, let them know it's coming up, let them know that Moxi will be notifying them. And then at the end of January, we'll make sure that all of our sites are fully functional and operating, and on the bright side, on much better servers than what they were before. So we're pretty excited about the update, but again, it does have action needed by the agents, particularly because we don't have access to their GoDaddy or their other service provider. They have to do this themselves. So I'm going to go ahead and pause and wait and see if we have any questions that come up. Okay, great. Well, I will get the information out to you guys. I'll make sure you have the document that you're seeing on the screen now, along with the recording, and then we'll look for more communication to come out from both Moxi and our brands here in the new year. So I wish you all a very Merry Christmas next week. I hope you have happy holidays that you get to spend with your family and your friends and enjoy the time off. So thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate it. And
Merry
I will see you
Christmas.
on the 26th. Thank you. Merry Christmas. Bye now.